One. Welcome, guys. This is WallBangers. We're back. We're back with Maggot edits. We're back. We're back. We have a guest today, Himpleton, who's been like reamed throughout the community. Perfect WallBangers content.
Honestly, he fits right in here.
Fits right
Yeah,
in. All
I'm
the rejects
evil
are
and
on
horrible.
WallBangers.
The rejects.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
true.
an
I
evil,
mean, you're a
horrible
reject.
person,
I'm a
dude.
reject.
I mean, I've heard that. I've certainly heard that.
And Himpleton doesn't even have a fan base anymore, so what's up?
I mean, all of that's very true.
You're also a thief,
And
but you know.
I'm a thief, I'm a liar, I'm a murderer.
I mean, you are a thief, though. You know why you're a thief, right?
Why am I a thief?
You stole my fucking Spergies, okay? You stole my
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, you're right.
Yeah, no,
No,
yeah.
it's because
Did you fight with
you know
Matt
what?
Pitt? Did you fight with Matt Pitt? Did you fight
You know
with
what?
Leia something? Did you fight with
you know what,
Assistant
Byrne?
Sailor? Did you fight with all these prominent
he
figures?
fought with the
No,
whole
I
community.
did.
He fought with the
Exactly.
whole community.
I fought the whole community and I
You
lost.
didn't fight shit. You
And
didn't
also,
fight Matt Pitt. Okay.
And also, Byrne, here's my thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I had such a good acceptance speech that it, like, made me win a second Spergy. Sorry about that.
I was curious of whether you called in or not to accept it.
No, but what I did say is, I want to give a big thank you to Morale for teaching me that the age of consent is 11.
Which then he pretends like he doesn't know what we're
bro.
talking about, which is like insane.
Well, I'm just gonna, I mean, like, the context for that is basically just that, like, he, like, acted like, so, like, I got, like, okay, big meme here, big meme incoming, big funny meme. I got raped when I was 11. And, he, like, basically made the argument that, like, I should have said no.
Yeah, I actually did. I did watch that today, and that's, you know, I really don't like that guy. I didn't like him prior, but after watching that, I'm just like, yeah, this just validates why I don't like him, because it's really crazy to be like, well, if you don't have any proof that you were raped at 11, then you clearly weren't raped. Like, but then a few minutes later, he goes on to bring up how somebody falsely accuses you of being a rapist, and he somehow believes that one. But it's like, what?
Oh, well, wait, context.
If I can finish, please.
He's not the one, or that random person, Sarah Ridden, is not the person who falsely accused me. Morale is the person who falsely accused me because he completely made that up. And on top of that, afterwards, he, like, went on a different stream.
Yeah, he went
so
on
if you
Becket's
didn't
stream.
Exactly. So if you didn't watch the different stream, you would think that it's a real allegation because it's not clear that it's a joke. And then on Beckett's stream, he calls it a joke. And so
I
it's
didn't
like,
think it was a real allegation, to be fair, and I did not watch.
I mean, I didn't either. I mean, but it's like one of those things where, like, I mean, y'all, can we be honest? Like, there are some fucking, like, horrifically retarded people in this community.
Oh, 100. I mean, that is this entire, like, it's not even just some, it's literally everybody. I would even put myself in that bracket, so.
Me too.
Yeah.
But, like, what I'm saying is, if you don't specify that shit is a joke in the same stream, there's going to be at least, like, 1 out of every 10 people who, like, potentially think I'm a rapist.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And it doesn't help that, like, his tone doesn't make it, like, obvious it's a joke. It also doesn't help that the Beckett stream coincidentally went members only, and then he went on Aiden's stream to go back to going, yeah, I was right. I was being really serious that Himpleton's a rapist, and he faked his rape.
Okay. Just so we don't spread disinfo here. To be fair to Beckett, all of his streams are do go members only. And then secondly,
I believe that.
He did not go back on his word about me being a rapist. He went back on his word about me faking it, which you were right about, Byrne. And secondly, that he went back on his word in terms of, like, the whole deal of, like, he literally had a debate with Aiden on, like, why an 11-year-old should understand consent. Which, like, look, the like saying I faked my rape stuff, like that is something. Even though I think it's like abhorrent and I think it's wrong, it's something that I've seen vaguely in this community before.
Mm-hmm.
Now, arguing that the age of consent, like fundamentally by saying that an 11-year-old can understand it, is like in any way 11, is like one of the worst and most absurd things I've ever heard. And I think it is hilarious.
I mean, I could tell you, I have a 12-year-old, and I would never. I don't think he would understand that, like, at all. He would never be. It would never be okay for him to be in a situation like that, and he wouldn't understand. So, as somebody who actually has a child around that age, I can tell you that's not real.
Well, and there's tons of science behind that too, and it's just the funny thing about it to me is the fact that he says stuff like that, and like, you know, I'm gonna sound like the fucking Joker here, which is ironic, but like, it's like that whole thing of like, you know, nobody bats an eye. And then like I say some like stupid shit and everybody's like fucking ripping all over me. It's just like, look, Morale fucking lies about the nature of his DMs with a 17-year-old to two streamers on a live. And then nobody cares. And then like I lie about the retarded commentary shit and then everyone's like, this is the next Hitler. It's like, okay.
I mean, you are. And
well, no, I mean, I agree with that. I just think it's for different reasons.
I mean, I don't like MRAL, but like, unlike, didn't you like do a interview recently with someone? I'm gonna do a bit where like instead of a Becket, it's gonna be Xylee. I hate MRAL, but here comes Xylee, right?
Oh yeah, are you gonna be like, hey, can I phone a friend, and then fucking be
Bring
like
Xylee in here?
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, dude, what's like that Becket and Kell thing where she goes, I hate MRAL. It's like, I don't. Your ex-mod.
Dude. No. Okay.
I just learned about that woman today, by the way. The Becket and Kell. I just learned about her today after searching Himpleton's name on YouTube.
I didn't know anything about this girl other than that I like saw what happened to her on like the Aiden stream because it was around the same time like I was clarifying that Morale like quote unquote jokingly did the like called me a rapist, and that was like my last call-in that I've done to a live. But the thing is that like fucking pissed me off is like you're going for like understatement of the year, Byrne, when you say like she like said that she hates Morale. No, this bitch ranted and ranted and ranted and ranted and talked for so long about how much she hates Morale. I had no idea. Mod, like it was just like, I don't know. In retrospect, it feels very, very like slimy and snaky. Like the thing that I can give people like Morale or people like Becket is like they're not going to like hide the way they feel until you're all used up. They're gonna be like transparent about hating you, and I can respect that.
Huh? Oh well, Maggot and Becket.
I don't know if I feel the same way about Becket. I'm just endlessly disappointed in Becket. Like he genuinely. Last year is when I got to know Becket, like towards the end of the year, and I, despite everything, do genuinely think that Becket is a good person, and I think that the problem is when people come into this space and they start getting the validation that they're looking for, it like alters the way they think, right? Because
absolutely
now they're just looking for that validation. They want that little oomph, the little serotonin boost of everybody being like, well, point W, you know. And I think that's what happened to Becket, because the reality is, and I'm gonna keep fucking saying it, Becket, even if it makes you mad, and your girlfriend too, fuck her. Literally last year into the beginning of this year, he was reading dinosaur porn on Twitch.
Huh? Okay. Well.
Okay.
Wow.
To like 40 fucking viewers. All right. So it wasn't that long ago that you were doing that, buddy. And just remember, they can throw you out tomorrow, just like they did with plenty of other people. So.
Well, and but the one thing you know, like, I agree with you in terms of, like, generally that's how it goes. The one thing I will give Beckett is that, like, dude, in that Kell interview, his fucking questions were way more fair than hers, which is just, like, crazy to me, because, like, he's been, you know, like, I don't think that he hates me, but, like, he's been, you know, like, making this video on me and has morale as an editor, and you know, like,
so he's still, sorry to cut you off, he's still making the video about you.
I mean, yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, I literally gave him the perfect, like, opportunity because I gave him a goddamn interview.
Yeah.
But, like, I want to state for the record here, but just in case Kell is, like, a complete pussy and doesn't, like, release the full interview, there is, like, 3 minutes of her being like, so, like, first it's like, can I phone a friend? And I'm like, okay, like, we didn't talk about this before the interview, so, like, that makes me feel kind of weird, but, like, who? And she's like, just somebody who's gonna be, like, neutral, like, and, like, be able to, like knows the lore and can ask questions better. And I was like, oh, okay, who? And she's like, Becket. And I was like, wait, the guy who's making a video about, like, my, like, quote unquote, like, what he calls, like, I guess, like, the fall of me? That guy's neutral? Okay. Bruh. And so, like, she already knew about that because I had told her about it. And, like, it felt like a total gay op. It literally felt like it was, like, known ahead of time that that's how it was going to go. But she, like, insisted that that wasn't the case. And in those, like, 2 minutes, I'm literally like, I feel, like, I don't know if I verbatim say that I feel uncomfortable, but I do verbatim say repeatedly, well, now I feel like I have to because it's on recording that just got thrown out to me. And I know what's going to happen if I say no.
Yeah, you're running and whatever,
Yeah. And that's going to make everything worse. Like, it's better if I just, like, take the goddamn interview at that point.
Okay, this is a war.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like, it's probably my own speculations is that this is a war. It's just weird.
Whenever something like that happens, where you're in a call or a live stream or whatever, and it suddenly turns into, can I have this person come in? Never assume that it's good faith. Not in commentary, never assume that it's fucking good faith.
This is a war.
Even, like, with the larger commentary creators, they're probably the worst at doing this kind of thing because they do it a lot. And never assume it's going to be good faith. Because then you're going to end up face-to-face arguing with somebody like fucking Smaggle or, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how it goes. These people are all like this. And then when you say that, they're like, well, that's just anti-commentary. I'm just telling you how I see it, guy. Like, that's it.
Yeah, right. It doesn't come from this, like, inherent anti-commentary bias. It's literally just being objective about these things. Like, those are two different things. And, like, plus, I completely agree with you. Like, that's exactly when I got a sour taste in my mouth, was, like, when she did that. And, like, by the end of the interview, like, I hope she does the full fucking unedited thing, because by the end of the interview, like, she, like, tries to, like, be all polite and shit at the end and be like, thank you so much for coming on, Himpleton. Like, thank you so much, blah, 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 blah.
You're a psychopath.
And then, like, I'm literally just, like, sitting there. I'm like, yep, yeah, for sure. And, like, it's just so funny because, like,
you're a psychopath.
She acted like she was, like, so, I don't know. She acted like she was, like, on my team or whatever. And then, like, fucking, I watched the video that she made. And she completely, like, with no contest, lets Becket, and I'm going to be real here, because, like, I've been trying to be
that's the video I saw today. It's a 12-minute long video,
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to be charitable with Becket right now, because, like, he was very fair with the questions he asked me, and I appreciate that. And so, like, I'm not going to say that he is, like, coming up with a lie in so much as I think that he heard this lie from morale. But he, completely uncontested on that video, said that I posted what I thought was child porn. And that is not true. That is not what happened. And, like, just shit like that. And the fact that, like, she didn't even ask me about that and just kind of took what is, at that point, like, 3 different people removed, like, saying that, and didn't do any, like, fact-checking at all, when it's so easy to.
Yeah.
Like, the Queeman VOD, where all of that is, like, a relevant thing, is literally up to this day. But, whatever.
Bruh.
It's just like, oh my god. Like, and so now I'm, like, a person who thinks that, like, I posted something that I thought was child porn. So, like, I'm literally, like, worse than, like, the whole tagline with that was, like, I'm worse than Rosanna Pansino. And it's like, Jesus Christ.
What about Lyrics?
Huh?
what about Lyrics, who's an active member of the community that they all look up to, who literally likes lolicon? Whatever.
This is a war.
No, we can't bring that up. We can't bring that up, guys. That might be,
Yeah.
that might bother them.
They'll get the brooms out. They'll get the brooms out and sweep that shit up.
What's the origin of that allegation against you? You forgive me.
No, you're fine.
I say
don't
this all the
expect you to know my
time because
lore.
Well, I don't know. I really am not a part of anything in regards to that. I literally just, like, before this I did Wall Smashers and now I do WallBangers with Byrne. But this is, like, my only interaction with this type of content or the community. So
Yeah.
and I don't
no,
have Twitter.
Totally get it.
I got rid of that, and it's
Good for
gone
you.
forever. It's
Genuinely.
gone forever. So
Yeah, genuinely good for you. So the last video I posted, this was back in August. This was back in August.
Yeah.
It was on a rabbit hole. Do you know at all what the Amazing Digital Circus is?
I do actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically there's a new version of ElsaGate where people are using the characters from Amazing Digital Circus to make sexual videos that are targeted towards children.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I made a video about that. And at the end, or towards the end of that video, it goes from being about, like, the Pomnigate stuff to I go on this whole separate rabbit hole about what happens if you just kind of go into the what's it called, the recommended.
Yeah.
And from there I just started getting all these, like, degenerate, like, sexual videos and, like, just weird ass thumbnails and stuff.
Yeah.
And now keep in mind, I completely own that one of the things that I really should have done is censor better. And, like, I definitely posted, like, some risque thumbnails that was really retarded me to do. But there was one point at which, towards the end, and it's what
But how are you
caused
going
me
to convey
to...
the point? How are you going to convey the point of what's being shown if you don't? Like, I understand censoring it, but they have to still understand what they're looking at.
That was my whole thing. That was my whole thing exactly. I didn't think that people would really understand, like, how degenerate it was to me unless I was actually showing it. But so the last one that caused me to, like, stop going down the rabbit hole was a thumbnail, and I'm going to describe this very carefully because I do not want my words minced. And I've described this consistently the way that I'm about to. It was what I thought was a kid. However, it is not even close to CP. It's nothing like that. It is, like, within itself a, like, what would be considered, like, suggestive, right? And it doesn't show anything. Like, it does not show anything explicit or anything like that. But it is, like, certainly suggestive.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, within itself, is that super criticizable? Yes. 1000%. Like, should I have gotten my ass clapped for that? Yes. And guess what? Queeman did. He clapped my ass for it. And he very embarrassingly pointed out that it's not even a fucking kid. It's actually an adult. Because I didn't do my research, because I just like assumed it was a kid, and so I didn't want to look into it, obviously. And so once that happened, I removed that part of the video, obviously, because I was like, Jesus Christ, that's embarrassing as fuck. And like I was a complete retard for it. But that has now gotten twisted into I posted what I thought was child porn. Which, like, that is just, like, come on. Like, I'm like pedo adjacent now. Like, come on.
Well, that's their favorite thing, is to pedo check at people, unless it's somebody like Lyric who pulls good numbers, and then it's perfectly fine. So.
Yeah.
God damn. Burn, push back.
I mean, the thing about
back right now, Burn.
Yeah, Burn.
The thing about
it's too bad I
the thing
agree.
about Lyrics that's
It's too bad I agree with Maggot on this one.
The thing about Lyrics that's interesting is like he like did get some of that pushback in the moment.
Yeah.
But then he like took that break, came back, and it was just all good.
Which is so weird. It's so weird because that doesn't happen for everybody. Yeah, that doesn't happen for everybody. So, because I mean, like when my drama happened, I did leave Twitter for a good month or more, and you know, nothing ever ended for me. So, I don't know.
You didn't make good content. Okay.
No, I don't get enough views. That's what it is. I don't pull enough numbers.
Alberto or like expose Salvo in a stream. Okay.
The fuck I didn't. I will tell you this, okay? Nicholas Diorio has a stream that is, I believe, now privated for whatever reason, Nick. But it's this stream where he's going over a bunch of shit related to Salvo. And a lot of the screenshots in that are from me, from their Discord server. So I actually did. Thank you, sir.
Well, and let me just be super clear on this and clarify real quick.
If I can finish, please.
Because I know that, like, there's going to be, like, 27 people watching this live right now that are going to be like, but Himpleton defended Lyrics and had a debate with Mr. Sin and lost. And I'm like, yeah, no, I know. I recognize that. I just want to acknowledge that so nobody can like be like, he's flip-flopping.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I didn't even say like that he's evil or anything. I'm just saying that like it's really weird how he got shit in the moment and now like is just kind of fine, other than people like Sen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't worry, Himpleton. I also get accused of flip-flopping ever since my debate with Sen, ironically. Where Assistant Sailor tried to flip it on me, but unfortunately he didn't do any of his research, so it didn't work out. Matt Pitt also tried that, where I backstabbed Lyrics for Sen. And I also like told Matt Pitt like you're retarded. Clearly, that's not what happened. I didn't know anything about the lolly shit till Leia something dropped the document of like Lyrics watching Aramaga Sensei. That's when I disavowed it immediately. So no, you'll get that over and over and over again, Himpleton. There's nothing you can do. Just like, yeah, whatever. You're retarded. Your mom's a sped. Hope your dad dies of cancer, and then like you move on with your life. You know.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I don't want to give them the chance to even be like, it's funny that he's not acknowledging the fact that he like fucking defended Lyrics.
So I guess I'll put it out. I did intend on saying this anyways, but what I learned from the content that I watched today is I do think, Himpleton, that you have been very dishonest a lot. And you know, for me, I guess, where I stand for everything, I do think that you have been dishonest. I think you probably fall into the bracket of somebody who is a liar, right? But the problem is that you fit right in with literally every single person in commentary, because they're all like that. And at some point, they will all find their day, just like you, where they're outed for being a liar, you know? And so it's like, I can't, I'm not gonna sit here and bash on you for something that I know that they're all guilty of. I can recognize that you are one, right? But so aren't all of them, you know?
Well, and I just want to be very, very, like, clear about this, and this is something that I say, honestly, in private a lot to people. I have, like, I am completely willing to take, like, full fucking accountability and responsibility for, like, any dishonest shit that I pulled. I, like, my big thing, and, like, people oftentimes think that I'm trying to make an excuse when I say this, but I'm not. And I'm going to make it very apparent that I'm not. But, like, a lot of the stuff that I have lied about, which I recognize are objective lies, are usually, and this is just unfortunate, but, like, they're usually not intentional. And the only thing that I ever have a problem with is just kind of this painting that, like, I am this, like, horrifically malicious liar, whereas kind of the only thing that was certainly, like, malicious in the fact that it, like, kind of hurt other people and was very clearly intentional was the whole Xylee Becket romantic goblin. Which, like, I completely...
What? Okay, wait.
Wait, do you know the lore about that?
No, I need context for that.
Okay, great. So, okay, do you know who Romantic Goblin is?
No, I don't.
I don't think Matt
wow.
gets into the ACC bullshit.
No.
Well, good. Yeah, good for you. So, Goblin. Okay, Goblin. Do you know who Kumo is?
I do. Yeah, the guy that wanted some girl to cut his name into her. Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Okay, well, do you know Cinny Bear?
Yes, I have not watched a lot of coverage, but
you don't need to.
For certain, I've at least watched one or two videos, probably.
Yeah, as long as you have that context, that's literally all you need.
Mm-hmm.
So, Goblin was Kumo's, like, right-hand lady when it came to the Cinny Bear stuff.
Got it. Yeah.
And she was in my server, and she was somebody that I associated with for a while. She helped me with like, gather some, like, videos for streams and stuff like that. And I had a stream, or not my stream, I was on a stream with Xylee and Becket where I was basically kind of given additional lore on Goblin that I was unaware of, in addition to some stuff that had already built from people, like, kind of talking to me in my server. And I made the decision based on, like, those two factors of Xylee and Becket telling me, and, you know, people in my server, like, talking about stuff that she would do, to ban her from the server. And this is genuinely, like, my most soy, like, retarded mistake of all. Okay, so she was like, going through some, like, and I'm not gonna get into this because I'm not around, but
yeah,
like, she was going through some very personal things that were very difficult, and she was schizophrenically melting down a lot.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, I mean, like, obviously it's soy because it's a fucking stranger on the internet, but, like, I was kind of worried about, like, what might happen if she thought that I, like, hated her. And so instead of just framing it in a polite way and being like, hey, like, you're huge liability right now. I'll like associate with you in private, but like I cannot do this in public right now. I threw Xylee and Becket under the bus, but I didn't mention their names. And the reason I did that is because it was a members-only stream by then. And so I thought if I didn't mention the names, it would never come back to them.
Huh?
And so I was just like, basically like some fucking high-profile like streamers, like fucking like made it seem like if I didn't do this, like fucking rumors would be spread. And like that is, in my opinion at least, the most malicious thing that I've ever done. And like my thing too is I'm super open to like either one of you being like, oh well, this is something that I saw when I was like watching shit about you, and like this is actually worse in my opinion. And I would be like, okay, well let's talk about it. Like my point is that like I am very open to talking about these things, and I'm also very open to like taking responsibility for like the actual bad shit that I've done. The only time that you'll ever hear me bitch and complain is about how far things went.
I mean, I think it's different when you're like genuinely sitting down to what you view as like expressing yourself and being honest and transparent with people, and to have it turn into a situation where, you know, you're being dogpiled or the person you're talking to is just throwing insults at you. Like, I feel like that's not really productive ever. And that's, from what I saw today, that's kind of what happened when you had your argument with Morale on Flatley's stream, which, by the way, Flatley, huge L on your part, because when Morale said he didn't have anything else, he should have been removed from the call, but instead, he stayed there for like an additional 20-30 minutes or whatever the fuck it was, so L on him. But
Ooh, I didn't even catch that part. That's true, though.
Yeah, he should have been removed. I mean, because he didn't do that for anybody else that was coming in and out. He removed them. But for some reason, Morale stayed until the very end. But yeah, there's no way to have a productive conversation with somebody that just wants to hurt you. And ultimately, that's why, like, I won't take part in a lot of things. Like, I didn't go to the fucking Wall Smashers stream. Like, I'm not gonna willingly put myself in a position where I'm, like, being mobbed, right? If I had gone to that stream, it would have been like 15 plus, if not more, people that all are there because they hate me. Like, what productive is really going to come out of that other than me just getting shit on continuously? Nothing.
Right.
The problem is that you can't reason with these people. You just cannot. And it's a hard thing to learn, and it's something that I'm still learning to this day, okay? But you have to come to terms with, you just cannot reason with these people. And I would say the reason I believe this is because if you look at certain people who exist in the community, I want to preface this by saying that I have no issue with Xylee, whatever. However, Xylee is of an older age group. She's actually close to my mom in age. And like, she's a little bit older than Tommy C, etc. To me, for people like that to exist in this space, it suggests quite a big level of immaturity. So you can only imagine if somebody like that is existing here, who should be, for all intents and purposes, off living a real life and doing a 9-to-5 and taking care of their kids, grandkids, whatever, right? Then what about the younger people that are in this space who have no life? They're like 10 times worse than the older people in this space that have no life. You know, I don't know if that makes sense.
Right. No, it does make sense.
Well,
it does.
I don't know about that about Xylee. I don't know what
Shut up, okay? Shut up, ball liquor, okay?
I
have no problem with Xylee. We're not polishing. Xylee, I'm not polishing your balls right now, okay?
I'm pushing back on you, okay?
I'm saying her age. Burn.
Okay, Xylee
okay,
has
burn,
a good life.
burn.
Has some worth, okay?
I mean, but Burn.
Do you think most people her age, on average, are taking part in the kind of things that she takes part in?
I mean, Tommy C does it.
That is one person. Do you think most people in her age demographic are taking part in the things that she takes part in?
There's other 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds in this space that do this.
I can tell you right now, there's not that people as older than that. And again, it's not that many. It's like maybe a handful of people. But like I could tell you right now, if I went to my mom, who's in a similar age group, and I was like, "Hey, do you know a Nicholas Diorio or a Turkey Tom?" Or she'd look at me like I was retarded. She would have no fucking idea what's going on. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I'm just saying, there's a level of immaturity that comes with existing in this space, and I would even own that for myself, too. Like, even somebody my age, in their 30s, early 30s, existing in this space, even that is immature, right? So you have to wonder how much worse it is for people who are even younger existing in this space. Like, I can only imagine it's just like World War III all the time. I don't know.
Okay, this is a war.
When I like, I'm gonna have like the pussy ass like middle ground opinion between y'all. Like, I think that like Xylee herself would probably admit that like she not necessarily is immature, but like has like, you know, at the very least like an immature style of like entertainment and like humor. And I'll tell you what, if that's not something she would say, she will yell at me and tell me that. So that we'll just see what happens there. But you know, I mean, I think
I'm not trying to say immaturity as an insult. I'm just like,
no, I'm not either. I'm not
to
either
me,
at all.
it's a fact. To me, it's just a fact because I look at the large majority. Because you have to understand that like commentary, and especially the kind of commentary that we exist in, is so small and niche compared to the rest of the world. There are not many people in that age demographic that are going to be doing that kind of shit, you know?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else on this Xylee talk?
No, and I again, it's not a slight to Xylee. I have no problem with Xylee. I'm just making a point, so.
I
guess
will
now
say
I'm
too.
ball licking according to Maggot. So I'm sweeping for Maggot. I'm ball licking for
And Xylee, yeah, fuck you, ball licker.
I just can't escape anything. Goddamn. I sweep for
And-
Himpleton.
Well, and let me just say real quick, like there are people right now who are screaming at their monitors and being like, "Wait, but Himpleton, the other day you went on this rampage and like you said mean things to Xylee." Yeah, I was like fucking around. I called her an old hag witch. Like that was kind of a classic Augie thing, and it got me the Augie RFC follow.
Not as good as the
also,
but okay.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. He also followed me probably to laugh at me, which I'm totally fine with. It is what it is. But, you know, my point is just like, I don't actually really have a problem with her either. And with both Xylee and Becket, because of kind of the level of retardation that I had with that whole Goblin thing, I've been pretty consistent in saying I completely understand why they think I'm a snake and they don't like me. So
if only they were self-aware enough to know that they're the same. It's crazy. It never happens though.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree.
Hold on. Okay, what else?
Well, I think we're all cut. I think you're right in the fact that like that is the average, right? Like the average like low shitter commentary person is gonna be a fucking snake and a liar. And a snake oil salesman to a certain degree.
Right.
And like the people who aren't are gonna be the fucking outliers.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I see most of the people in this space kind of the same. A lot of followers, not a lot of leaders, and it shows in how people act and behave about things, and it's why in situations like this you end up essentially being shit on by an entire community, you know, because all the viewers, orbiters, whatever, they don't have any real thoughts of their own. They're just going off whatever the fucking most popular person they listen to is saying, right? So if that person doesn't like you, exactly. I love Nintendo Mail. Nintendo Mail, You have disappointed me. You have disappointed me greatly, sir, is what I'm gonna say. But you took me off my train of thought. Now you fucking asshole. Bring up Nintendo Bell. That made me depressed.
You're evil, man.
But they have no thought of their own. Yeah, they are. They have no thought of their own. And I'm even guilty of this. I'm guilty of this, okay? When I existed in the community, frequently, bullshit, you are not. I guarantee you that you are. You just do not want to admit it. I am guilty of this too, of being a part of these dog piles and of being part of these like groupthink things. Everybody is. And that can happen outside of the internet as well, right?
I didn't dogpile anyone.
Burn.
Shut the fuck up, Burn.
Burn, I guarantee you. I guarantee you
Burn.
that it has happened.
I'm a pure commentary channel, okay?
You faggot, bro.
Burn. Merely by existing, like, Maggot is right about this. Like, if you exist within this community and are, like, you know, in the community as in, like, actually interacting with it, you're going to dogpile. Like, I mean, I was absolutely guilty of this.
Doesn't count.
That's part of the reason. Part of the reason why, you know, I'm staying solid and keeping my live streams private is because I mean, first of all, I haven't even watched through them again, but like, I can just imagine that there's a lot of stuff that I probably don't stand by.
Yeah.
And, like, of course, that comes from a place of hypocrisy because I only cared about that when it happened to me. But, like, sometimes that's what you need to, like, change your perspective.
That's how it is for everybody. Literally everybody only cares when it happens to them. And it's just like the same people who are going to have something horrible to say about this, right? At some point, that could very well be them, and it probably will be, because realistically, it does happen to everybody at some point in this community. It's just whether you can, I guess, ignore and bear through the bullshit and the vindictiveness and the maliciousness and the lies. If you can bear through that and make it out the other side, then fine, keep existing, right? But I think for most normal people, once they see it, they can't unsee it. Like, there's no going back, and that's what it's been like for me too. Like, once I realized how these people were, I cannot even tell you how dumb I felt looking back at the people in this community that I have defended and gone to bat for so many times, and not a single one of them was there for me publicly when I dealt with my bullshit. Not a single one.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah, I mean, and that day can come for literally anybody. Because remember, I'm not really a content creator. Most people will tell you I'm not a content creator. I'm an orbiter for all extensive purposes. So for the orbiters watching this, it can happen to you any day. It can happen to you anytime. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you're friends with. It doesn't matter whose fucking balls you lick, Burn. It's gonna happen at one point or another. Okay.
I don't lick anyone's balls. Fuck you. Okay, Maggot, I get the Bo Blacks follow. I'm better than you by default. Okay?
I had the Bo Blacks follow when I was on Twitter. I had Bo Blacks. I had
Burn,
Tom.
why is that your legacy, dude? That's like literally your legacy.
Yeah, because I had Tom, I had Augie, I had Willie Mac, I had Bo Blacks, I had lots of people. Lots of people. Okay, buddy.
Okay, wait, Maggot, did you have the flamenco follow though?
No, that dude blocked me like a long time ago.
You're the biggest loser here then, Maggie. You don't have the flamenco TV.
I know you're not calling me a loser when you were supposed to get him on Wall Smashers and never did. Fuck you, bitch. Okay, you better not even.
Okay. No, never mind. We're good.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Now you shut the fuck up, huh? Okay.
I mean,
I see how it is.
I was never supposed to get him on Wall Smashers. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yes, we were gonna get him on Wall Smashers.
When he was in the Bo Blacks server going off when Bo Blacks got outed, and I was just talking to him like a normal human being. I saw Kristen R cover that, and he had some comments to say about me not like calling like flamenco a pedophile off the gate.
Kristen R is a fucking faggot who only repeats what other people think. I'm sorry.
Chris
I'm sorry.
Lenark's
Fuck you, Chris Lenark.
Chris Lenark's insightful contribution, when I like got all the shit I did, was I never liked him, and it's like, okay, yeah, okay, of course.
But yeah, when I was in that Discord talking to Flamenco, it is what it is.
As soon as I got into shit, and as soon as I started removing people from my private Twitter, it became open season to post about me. People like Chris, Leia, you name it, bro. And some of them I even tried to reach out to about why I was removing them from my private Twitter, like Leia, and I was told to fuck off. So, look, okay, I don't even care. I don't even care, bro. If I'm anti-commentary, I'm anti-fucking-commentary, because fuck whatever this fucking commentary is. Commentary is supposed to be opinion-based. This shit is not fucking opinion-based, okay? It's not. It's groupthink. It's a bubble. No. It's a bunch of people in a fucking popularity contest. And whoever can be the biggest ball glazer fucking wins. It's not commentary. It's not opinions.
Okay, so
because if you have an opinion they don't agree with, they'll run you off.
No, Bo Black's
wait, no, Burn. Before you say that, I just have one thing to say to loop back to Leah something, which is, Maggot, let's be honest. Nothing of value was lost.
That is true. I was actually thinking, okay, when I watched the conversation between you and Morale, Leia's not a part of AWT anymore. She hasn't been for a while, right? Okay.
Because of me, but yes.
Fuck her. Good.
Dude,
Good.
Thank fucking God. Thanks for getting that fucking snake-ass bitch out.
But I remember distinctly that on several occasions she has talked about how you need to handle these kind of things with sensitivity and, blah, blah, blah. But yet here's Morale saying that you faked your rape, and because you didn't have proof of a rape that happened when you were 11, it clearly just isn't real and didn't happen. Where are these bitches?
Huh?
What?
Oh, do you want to know where they are? You want to know where they are, Maggot? They're in the chat.
Huh?
They're in the chat, cheering him on.
Miss Optics herself was in chat cheering on Emrel when he was calling Himpleton's rape fake, and all she said was, "Yeah, Himpleton's a liar." So Miss Optics that left AWT because I made fun of Beckett's audience was cheering on Emrel when he was calling out Himpleton's supposed fake rape.
Well, and when she was like, the reason, this is really funny, the reason that she gave to me, like, for why she like had to block me or whatever, which like already faggoty as fuck, but like she's like Himpleton, you're too close to the jar story. I can't have another Kumo happening. I'm out. And then I'm about to respond to it and be like, okay, I get it, sure. And then she blocked me on fucking Discord, and I was like, okay,
She's a pussy.
faggot, Jesus.
She really is. I will never let this go. Badwick had a group chat. It was called like the Bubble Tea group chat or whatever. I don't give a fuck about leaking. Fuck y'all. And there was a bunch of people in there. I was in there. Leia was in there. Matt Pitt, etc. Right? I don't remember what the subject was that they disagreed upon, and I want to put that out there. But I distinctly remember that there was some sort of subject that her and Matt Pitt disagreed upon. And once she knew that Matt did not agree with her, within a minute, she changed her stance to be like, yeah, Matt, you're right. I can't. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. I cannot. I can't. I just, with people like that, and that's how a lot of people in this space are. A lot of them are like that. They're just not as roided out and fucking retarded as Leia, but a lot of them are like that, so.
Yeah.
They'll switch on a dime.
There's a lot of people like that, but I don't know.
So I heard I won some Spergies, Byrne. Is that true?
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
off. Yeah, everyone in this call, except for me, has won a Spergy. Himpleton stole mine because he's a fucking ape, because you're an ape.
Yeah, sorry that we're like way cooler than more loser than you are.
Well,
dude.
Well, I had the
Spergiest
Bowblacks
woman.
follow, so I'm already cooler.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry
We're bigger
sorry
losers
that the
than you,
Bowblacks
dude.
follow. Sorry that the Bowblacks follow. Yeah, I'm cooler. I'm cooler than you. You know what? I may have lost the Spergy, but I got the best Spurg ever. I got the Bowblacks. Okay, fuck you,
Okay.
Himpleton.
Why would you
Yeah.
call
You're
your
a
king a
loser.
Spurg, dude? Why would you call your
Yeah.
king a
Crazy.
Spurg? That's kind of fucked up.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait, Byrne, were you up for the? Because I know the rivalry. Were you in the Matt Pitt Spurg, like most Spergiest rivalry? Were you in that?
No, that was you and Matt Pitt. Bro,
No, I know who
me and Matt
won.
Pitt
I
didn't
know who
happen.
won. No, I know who won, but were you a part of that voting
No,
category?
I was not part of that.
No,
He
I
was
think
like
it's a fucking cool
Spergiest
shit.
Newcomer, isn't that what you were up for?
Yeah, I was supposed to get Spergiest Newcomer, and here comes Himpleton, who already got a Spergy, and Toxic Piplup and all them let them steal. For you, Himpleton, they're all now recording are a bunch of fucking thieves.
Well, you know that.
They're glazing
Wait, but
Himpleton.
Burn. Can we be honest? The only reason I won is because of that acceptance speech that I first, like the
fuck
first
your
acceptance speech.
Nah, fuck your acceptance speech. I deserve that, and I deserved it. Okay, I can't get next year. I can't get Newcomer next year, retard.
Wait, who?
Well, you can get a different Spergy, dude.
I told you or Badwick to accept mine. Did nobody accept mine?
Matt Pitt did. With the
Aw, that's not what I wanted. I wanted Badwick or you.
It's okay, Maggot.
He did the
Morale accepted mine, so.
Who?
Morale.
Yeah, I was supposed to call in and do it on like Himpleton's behalf. I had a whole bit planned where I steal his Spergy and make it mine. And no, they brought in Mrao, and then they brought up the 11-year-old thing, and he just pretended he didn't know anything was going on when it comes to 11-year-old consent.
That guy is I do not like him. I do not like that guy at all.
Don't say that, Maggot. You'll have to go on the live stream and debate why you don't like him.
I just watched a little bit of that earlier, and I was so mad when I was watching it because I was like, who the fuck needs a reason to not like somebody? There is so many. I hate to come back to Matt Pitt, but I have to because it's the perfect example. Okay, Matt Pitt from day one never liked me as soon as I began existing in this space. Does he need a reason? No, he doesn't. Why does anybody else need a fucking reason to dislike somebody? I've disliked many a nigga in my day, okay, and I'm allowed to do that. We live in a free country.
Well,
that's why
it's one word, Maggot. It's within everyone. Ego. That's the one word that we have to listen.
That was crazy it was really crazy to watch that and hear them like actually coming down on you about why you didn't have a reason for not liking him. Like, that is actual insanity. And it's so funny because all of their debate bro bullshit is like, wow, I can't believe that's crazy. I can't believe you said it. But it's like, y'all are crazy. You don't need a reason to not like somebody.
Then I needed to debate. Then I needed to debate, bro, on why I'm friends with Himpleton. It's like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
Well, dude, I had to. Okay, I mean, y'all, this is like we've already talked about this, but it's like these people are like the king of like debate broing, like random shit that shouldn't be debate broed, including like if you got raped. Okay, like nothing's off limits here.
That's crazy.
But like, I do wish, Byrne. The only way that I wish you had like handled that differently is I wish that you had just been like, yeah, I hate the way you sound.
Yeah.
Just like given like a super mundane reason. Like
I wish you would have just said,
yeah, like I hate your like profile picture. I think that like everything about you is faggoty.
Yeah.
I think
because then they would have to shut up.
You should have just said excuse me. You should have just said what Chthonic said, was that you didn't like him because he made you look dumb about the fucking whatever. What's that guy's name? You know his name.
Okay, and
yeah,
not
because he made you look dumb about that.
not to throw shade at Chthonic, but he also brought up on that stream that I played Rust with Emrau. It's like, who gives a fuck that I played Rust with Emrau? We all
Yeah, I
played
don't care.
Minecraft with.
I've played
We all
Fortnite
hold
with
on.
Angry Slug. I've played Fortnite with Angry Slug.
Yeah. And
Are
when it
me and
comes
Angry
to,
Slug friends? No.
when it comes to the fucking quote unquote friend group, we all played Minecraft with fucking pedophile of tragedy. Okay. So it's not like, you played Rust with him. You were trying, like, aren't you like friends? Like, no. I
You never
wasn't friends with
told me
Echo
you
of
didn't
Tragedy,
like
but I still
me.
played fucking Minecraft with him.
You never told me you didn't like me. Like, what does that matter? I don't think it would have gone over better if you did.
That shit too, bro. I hate all these fucking retards on Twitter that called me like you're just not rememberable. Like you're not even like you're not even like there's no memory of you. It's like it doesn't change the fact I told him in front of Xylian, Core, Sliggins, and all these other people I didn't like him. So it doesn't change the fact I told you to your face I didn't like you.
Well,
But according to Hellbent,
Well,
who's getting
Sliggins was
sued,
probably. I mean, let's be honest. Sliggins was probably too fucking crunk to remember that, so it's as if you had never said it at all. But remember everybody. No, remember. Sliggins will start talking to me again once I have my life together. Remember that.
Jesus Christ, it's over. It's over.
Oh, I don't give a shit anymore.
There's so many drunks.
Anymore.
There's so many drunks in this community.
Bro, I don't drink or smoke, and I'm better than half of you. Jesus Christ.
I believe you only because
I don't either.
you wear
I'm sober as a
vest.
gopher, motherfucker.
I don't drink. I think it's degenerate. But anyway.
I mean,
That's true. That is true. It is.
But like, I agree with you.
I'm sorry, and I'll have to go on a Flatly live stream to debate why drinking is cringe. Hold on.
Why don't you like drinking? Give 20 reasons.
Though. Like, for real, he's been taking a lot of L's recently. In my opinion. In my opinion.
Yeah,
that debate.
Say more.
That debate where he had Himpleton and Emrau on. Emrau said he didn't have anything else, but yet he still stayed in the call for like another 30 fucking minutes. Why did he stay in the call? If he didn't have anything else to debate Himpleton about, why was he still there? But he tries so hard to make it unbiased and etc., but then he does shit like that, and it's like, the dude literally said he has nothing else. Why did he stay? Like, he didn't do that for anybody else that called in.
I'm not gonna lie. Flatly being unbiased in this situation is not true.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's not true. And like I said, I have my own qualms with Flatly anyway, so.
What's your qualms,
dude?
Flatly.
Wait, before she gets into it though, I just want to say real quick, Flatly being unbiased in that situation is like saying that like the Confederacy was all just for like states' rights. Okay? Like I don't like come on.
Right, but you have to understand that these people say these things, and it's just like, if you say something, right, and maybe you didn't really mean it, maybe it was a joke, whatever, right? But people harp on you endlessly about it. Okay, and that's what I'm doing right now. Because if it was anybody other than him, they would harp on it endlessly that he did that. Just like when Byrne has a conversation with me or whatever, it's, well, you didn't push her on this, and you didn't push her on this. I'm just holding them to the same standard that they hold everybody else by saying that it's fucked up that he let Emrau stay in there.
Well, I'm like, what is, like, I'm sorry if this is like you don't have to answer this, obviously, like, this is y'all's show, but, like, sure. What are your crimes, Maggot? Like, I don't even understand, like, what you did.
You don't know why? Okay. So I guess it starts at the beginning of the year for me. Oh, God. I really hate revisiting. I feel I get PTSD.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Well, do you know about the Magnetar drama? You must.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with D-Max.
Yeah. So that's my crime. That's my crime. That's where it starts anyways. And then most recently, my crime has been shit-talking an ex-co-host in DMs, apparently. So, and I guess... Yeah, as far as Assistant Sailor goes, I guess there are several occasions where he has said that I'm inconsistent because I guess on Twitter forever ago I said, well, you shouldn't defend your friends just because they're your friends, but then I defended a friend. It's almost like it's different when you're in that position than being an outsider on that position. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
So those are my crimes, I guess. And they tried to say that I took like a bunch of money from K-Hook.
What?
Like wrongfully, yeah.
What the
Man,
fuck?
there's a lot of lore here.
That I was shit talking her. I was shit talking her while still taking money, but that's not really accurate.
I mean, to be
Well, see,
fair,
like-
while Maggot was going through all that, Himpleton was starting his downfall.
So true.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, can we just like be like so like transparent here? Like,
Mhm.
similar to the way that people have treated me, like, I didn't know anything other than like when you reminded me about the Magnetar thing. I did know that,
Yeah.
but in like other than that, I didn't know anything like about like what actually was like getting you like fucking canceled, quote unquote, or whatever. And like, dude, I thought you were like a fucking, well, like obviously I knew that this wasn't like the case, but like the way they treat you, I thought you were a fucking baby raper. Like,
Yeah.
I thought you were like a fucking terrorist.
I
who,
mean,
like,
that's
did
how they
horrible
act.
things to children.
That is how they
Welcome to
act.
commentary, Himpleton. Welcome to commentary.
And remember, quite a few of these people I was close to. Because I was in commentary for... There's this year where all the drama happened, and then last year, and I think probably mid of the year. So I was in commentary for like a good year and a half, if not a little bit more or whatever, before all this drama happened. But like, there were a lot of these people I was friendly with, and when all this drama happened, they just kind of turned around and act like they didn't know who I was as a person. And I even had some of them who, months down the road, were pretending to be my friend just so they could leak things that I said and did, so.
God, do I know both of those way too well.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, that hasn't
But we're
happened
the
to me
crazy
yet.
ones. We're the crazy ones, though, for pointing it out.
Obviously.
Because, you know.
Obviously.
Well, luckily, I haven't had any leaks yet, but I'm expecting it
You
soon
just
enough.
wait, motherfucker. I'm gonna leak RDM soon, okay?
Yeah, I was about to say, you want to change that? You want to change that?
Okay, Himpleton. I recorded you illegally. Okay, so fuck
Don't
you.
push your luck, dude. Don't push your luck.
Well, I recorded.
Dude, I
you
live in a
having
two-party
knowledge.
consent state, so like I'm gonna take you to jail.
I record every
Okay.
single one of my Discord conversations now. Since the last, like, maybe 2 months, I record every single interaction I have on Discord, so...
Why is that? That's kind of snaky. What the fuck?
Ooh,
Yeah, well,
oh yeah.
I mean, I don't do
That's a
that,
great
but come
word
on.
that definitely hasn't
I'm
lost
not
all
gonna
form
turn
of meaning.
around. I'm not gonna turn around and have somebody do the same thing to me and leak something out of context, and it's like, whatever. Granted, I don't really interact with anybody besides you, Byrne, but, well, in Badwick too, occasionally. But,
So you'll record Badwick without his knowledge?
Badwick
What the
doesn't care.
fuck?
Shut up.
What
Badwick
the
doesn't care.
fuck? You're Badwick.
Shut
You gotta get rid of
up.
her.
The
Badwick.
best
Well,
is
like-
fucking... Get rid of me,
well, like-
what?
I mean, Maggot, you already said what you said about like the out of context thing, but you're also like not mentioning the other big part, which is like people will straight up just lie about a conversation that you had, and it's extremely like honestly like important to be able to like bring up like, nope, this is what was actually said, you
Yeah.
fucking asshole.
And this
Yeah.
is like,
And unfortunately, that's like a
community-
necessity.
And the whole community is either for recording or against it, and it's depending on who
They're
they
for.
like and who. Yeah.
Exactly. They're for it. They're all for it. They just,
Well, they're for it
they
as
just pick
long
and
as
choose
it's
when they care.
a guy that you don't like. Yeah.
Exactly. But you know, I mean, I have my. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Chthonic, Joe, and all them. They all know I have my fair share of recordings. That I just give the Flatly so Flatly can upload it. But you know,
Flatly.
I mean, like when I don't want to like. It's stupid because you should like you shouldn't have to record for like innocence in this community,
You
but you have
shouldn't.
to. You have to
Mhm.
Yep.
now. Because like
Yep.
if like Himpleton, if you recorded half of your calls with MRAO and all these people and just released it, you would probably be vindicated for most things. But no, since you
Well,
didn't
and if I
record
Maybe.
it,
Maybe if
well,
anybody
and if I
bothered to listen to it outside of the popular people talking about it.
well, I mean, here's a great example because it's topical. If I had recorded any of the calls that I had with Kell before our interview, she would be skull fucked. Like,
but you
it's
didn't do
just,
that, so therefore she can make up any narratives. You're already like viewed as a massive liar, snake, possible groomer, right? So it's like
yeah,
there's no
possible, like, yeah,
it's like
possible
it's
fucking, like,
over.
terrorist, like,
Exactly.
I've,
So
like,
since you can't
I, like,
prove
hurt
that,
children for fun, you
yes,
know.
but since you can't prove that these conversations happened, right? She can say whatever the hell she wants, and she'll be more believed than you.
I think she showed who. I'm gonna be honest. She showed her character to me pretty quickly within that 12-minute video that I don't think I even watched the whole thing, but I watched the first few minutes of it, and within the first few minutes of it, okay.
She's kind of an up-and-coming YouTuber.
Kinetic Kell?
Kinetic Kell. Why, you know?
Kell? Literally the first few seconds, she has to include a clip of
Wait, do that again.
like
Wait,
Kinetic Kell. Oh my god.
Do that again.
Guys, she's kind of an up-and-coming YouTuber.
Dude, what
Kinetic Kell?
again?
Kinetic Kell. Why, you know her?
Welcome, class, to today's lesson.
Welcome
Like,
class to
okay,
being a whore
what?
on the internet. Welcome
What the
class
fuck?
to how to be a fucking e-whore on the internet.
The reason why I'm judgmental of this is because I know what this is because I did the same shit. Like, I have plenty of clips of big YouTubers saying my fucking name. Matt Pitt is, for all extensive purposes, a nobody outside of commentary, but I digress. I have plenty of clips of people saying my name too, and you know that if somebody is posting that or including it, it's because it like hypes them up or pumps up their ego in some way. And as soon as I heard that when I opened the video, I was like, okay.
Man, no one
Maybe
says
that's my
name anymore.
bias.
Dude,
Maybe
I
that's
fell
my
off.
bias, but
Dude, I fell off so hard no one says my name anymore. It's over.
Jesus Christ. It's
I
like
fell off.
dude, you sound like the first episode of AWT that we recorded together when you were just like sad posting the whole time.
I wasn't sad. Okay, kill yourself. Fuck.
No, you you like had a serious attempt at ODing under a bridge. It was really sad.
Okay, buddy. What? 'Cause I said like the reality of things. I mean,
No, you were
I'm
just
having
black
fun.
pill as fuck that episode.
I mean, I am, dude. I'm not like I'm naturally a black-pilled person. Okay, so it's just
Yeah,
it
I can
is what it
tell.
is.
You like
Yeah,
sound like you were like on the
unlike most of
border of like.
commentary people, when I know it's over, it's over. I'm just doing things for fun now. I have no standing in anything.
Well, that's
you know
how
what
it
I
should have
mean?
always been, dude. To be honest.
You know what? I should have just did Zelda content from the beginning and not done this commentary shit. But here we are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the worst mistake, like
Is
that
being in the
any of
shithole.
us. Exactly, the worst mistake that any of us have made, not even being in the shithole, but caring about these faggots' opinions.
Oh, true.
Like, why do we care about any of these people and what they think? Like, if they think I'm a loser, okay, like, guess what? Like, half of them don't even leave their houses, dude.
exactly. But that's why we do care. That's why we do care, though, because my opinion is that everybody that exists in commentary is a person who has no like real social skills in the real world. They probably don't have many friends in the real world, if any, and all of their validation they seek online within that community. And so even if they agree or disagree, I mean, I don't think these people even form their own thoughts and opinions most of the time. I'm sure that's just me being biased, but that's all they're there for. They just want validation. Yeah. They just want to feel like they're accepted somewhere.
And, know, like,
and again, I would put myself in that category. I would, because like, when I started commentary, this is kind of like an information overload. People don't have to believe me. I don't give a fuck. But like the beginning of last year, I got out of a 13-year-long abusive relationship. You know what I mean? So, I was just sort of trying to find myself, and it was something to pass the time for me. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people in the space who are maybe not in the exact same situation, but like are in similar situations where they don't get much attention from people and they don't really have anybody they interact with, and this is the most social interaction that they get, so they cherish it, you know? And that's why we find all of these people being super parasocial with each other, and because to me it's weird. Like, to me it's weird for people to be in a fucking Discord call being buddy because I don't really do that. But in this space it's normalized, you know?
Well, yeah, and like let me like further validate what you said there. Like, this is something that's very well known, like, and it's very public. But like, I was an addict for 4 years before this, and I kind of like fucking destroyed my IRL, and like lost most of my like real life friends. And so like I was absolutely exactly in that same situation you're kind of describing, where it was like, you know, that's where I was receiving my validation. And like, I'll tell you what, like, that being said, all of this stuff in terms of the like the ousting of Himpleton was like legit the best thing that could ever happen to me, because like I'm reconnecting with old friends. I'm like, I have a good job, and like, you know, I'm actually doing things for myself now because I can't receive that like retarded validation anymore. So I just had to, I knew that I could either just like remain a loser the rest of my life and be this like hated retard in this community, or I could just like actually do something about it. And so I did.
I already see people saying in the comments, "Well, Burn, you do care about people saying like, I don't know anymore." Like, I mean, I did at the time. I did care what people said think at the time. I think the more I realize that really no one really fucking matters in this space, the less I'm starting to care.
Exactly.
I mean, like,
exactly, dude.
it was already stupidly cringe enough that I went to, like, after the fucking second WallBangers went out, I went to Core, I went to fucking Sitman, and I'm like, guys, I went to Beavers. What you guys think about the second WallBangers? Did I do a better job? Did I do a better job this time, Beavers and Core? Like, that was so cringe of me to do. That was so cringe for me to go to these people who watched the second episode of the WallBangers and at like on my hands and knees groveling to see if they approved of me. Like, that was so gay. Like, I'm gonna do. Like, that was so retardedly gay of me to do. To grovel for these people's attention and fucking acceptance. It's like, what the fuck
But
am I
it's,
doing? What
I
the
mean, don't
fuck
give
am I
yourself
doing?
I mean, dude, don't give yourself too hard of a time though, because it's literally what everyone in this fucking community does, and like that's what we've been saying, you know?
Literally everybody.
That's the thing.
Even
like,
people
you were
that
just
you
following
perceive,
everybody else's lead.
Even people that you perceive as being successful do this, Burn. Like, I don't know if I want to name names, but everybody does this. Even those who get good numbers and are slowly climbing up the content pole, all of them do that. All of them.
Well, I mean, wait, think about this. Think about like a very like successful example that no one's going to be able to dispute me on. Turkey Tom with Destiny.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
this happens
so
at all
weird.
levels. This happens at all levels. Like, it's just something that's inherent to this community to a certain degree. Like, we attract, or this community attracts, like, socially awkward, like, fucking rejects who very naturally want the approval and attention of people who they perceive as being more successful than them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even know if it has to be that. I just really think that, I don't know. Like you were mentioning before about, like your past addiction or whatever, which I can relate to. I've been sober for like 4 years now, maybe a little more. But I think there are a lot of people in this space who are probably like that in one way or another, because addiction comes in many forms. It can be, substances, alcohol, whatever. It comes in many forms. Even the internet itself can be an addiction. But I think that that's probably true for a lot of people in this space, that they maybe suffer from something like that. And then also, again, they really don't have anybody in real life to be supporting them. And so they come online to find that support and validation that they don't receive in real life. Because, like, when I was with my ex-partner and I was doing things online, he never supported any of that. Like, he didn't like that I was online. He didn't like that I was doing things for a streamer or, like, modding for. He didn't like any of that stuff, right? And that sucks, to be with somebody who like doesn't validate what you're doing or something that you like, And I'm sure that's what a lot of these people probably go through. But it's just unfortunate, because I feel like in this community, really what's lacking is empathy. None of these people are able to put themselves in somebody else's shoes. Either they are not able or they're not willing to. Until
it's too late, like we've said.
Exactly. Until it's too late. Until they're in the same fucking seat. And then it is what it is.
And then they start to try to pretend like, oh, I'm so sorry. Now I know how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, well.
Well,
yeah. Drop off a cliff,
look,
faggot. Drop off that cliff.
Okay, well, that felt kind of personal. I'm just kidding.
Fuck you,
but like,
Himpleton.
no, but I can say from like at least my personal experience that like I don't think that it is a thing where people are pretending. Like, it's, and like I've acknowledged like how kind of hypocritical it is on my end, right? But like,
yeah,
it's the truth that like when you have the gun turned on you, it's suddenly not like a fun game of cops and robbers. It's like,
yeah,
oh no, this is life and death. Like, okay, whoops.
And even that statement that you made, people will mock that and be like, "It's like, what's like a gun? Like, the internet is not that serious, bro. Oh my god, it's not that deep." Watch
I'm making
them
a metaphor, you
be,
faggots.
No, but watch them be in the same fucking position, and they will feel like it's that. They will feel like it's serious. They will feel like it's life and death. They'll watch this and laugh and go, "Oh, that's not true. It's not that deep." It is that fucking deep. Put yourself in Himpleton's position or whatever. Like, it doesn't even have to be Himpleton. There's lots of people that you could put your fucking, that you could, I don't know. I don't want to name off a bunch of, because I'm always scared to name off like a person that I shouldn't. But if you put yourself in that situation, put yourself in that person's shoes, it would not be fun for any of these people. They would all really hate it. It would suck. They would feel bad. They would spurg, which, fair. I feel like everybody in commentary is a spurg. I don't really,
to a certain degree, for sure.
I'm not no spurg. Nuh-uh.
Everybody in commentary is a spurg, and anybody who denies being a spurg is definitely a spurg. They're a spurg like times 10 if they deny it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
I'm spurg.
I mean, the funniest thing to me too is like these fucking faggots literally like they hear somebody doing like a clear metaphor that they're not being literal about. Like when I say that about a fucking loaded gun, obviously I don't mean that it's like literally life and death and like literally a loaded gun. I'm making metaphors, you fucking retards. But then they'll like look at that and be like, oh my god, he takes this so seriously? And it's like, you guess what? If it was y'all, you'd just be crying. You wouldn't be saying any of that shit about it, like being serious and stuff. You'd just be crying. And you can't even come up with a good metaphor because you're a fucking retard. Okay? So I don't even want to hear it.
I think MRAL and that group, I know that there's quite a few people in that group. I will say, as far as Ace Howler goes, I really don't know anything about him. He could very well be somebody that's an op to me. For all my knowledge about that person, they have been nice to me, so I'm not.
Ace is a decent guy.
Okay,
for sure.
So I'm not lumping him in there.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't trust anybody, but I'm not gonna lump him in with this. But I'm just saying, all of these faggots, like Emrau, Amos, and all them, they're just like, they're the next generation of Spergs upcoming. They will all have their day, especially like Emrau, because when I was listening to the argument between you and Emrau, he brings up how he has like this fat riz or something, or whatever. Like he stole some e-girl from you or some shit. And it's like, yeah, I mean, if you think that way, then your day is coming, buddy. Like, you're a nobody who has nothing in real life, who can touch pussy in real life, if you paid for it, and so you act big and bad on the internet. It's gonna come back to bite you. It's going to. I'm sorry.
Maggot, do you know about the whole Schrodinger's retard thing?
No.
Okay, so that's a huge thing with morale. So basically, it's funny because, and it's very ironic because he coined the term when he was talking about Jalen, like not like acting like she was like joking, but in retrospect, like when it was kind of obvious that it wasn't a joke. It's just like the ability to basically be like, oh yeah, well, like I was joking, so
Yeah.
like, and it's what he does all the time.
Yeah,
and
no,
like
I actually
what you just brought up.
I actually put that down in my notes that they say everything is a joke. Because I've experienced that too, where they just act like everything they say is a joke, and it's like, okay, like I'm literally being put through the stocks and whatever, but it's a joke. Okay, whatever.
Well, and it comes down to anything that would make them look bad is quote unquote obviously a joke, and it's like a great example is like that whole thing about like him saying that he like rizzed up some e-girl and like stole her from me, like with his fat riz. Like when he watches this, because I'm sure he will.
Oh, he will. Fuck you, Emerald. Furry.
He's gonna be like, that was so clearly a joke, dude. I mean, it's gonna be the exact same thing.
They're so dumb for not knowing that this is just a joke.
Well, it's the same. It's the same thing with the line of. It's the same thing with the line of questioning on Sarah Ridden, and if I raped like a girl in middle school, like he literally will use that as another way to like mock the person and be like, "Oh my god, that was so obviously a joke, dude." And it's like, okay, yeah.
I think, for sure, in all honesty, when it comes to Emerald and the thing that I listened to today, I think it is extremely unrealistic to expect there to be proof of a rape of somebody that happened 10 plus years ago who was 11 when it happened.
Well, no, I'm not trying to get people arrested, dude.
No, but here's the thing, right? Even if there was, like, say, camera footage on the bus, right, of this incident, the way that the seats are on school buses, nobody's gonna see that. There's no way to prove that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way to prove that. It's like saying any person who comes out and says that they were raped or molested or whatever as a child, we should just immediately discount them because there's not proof to back them up.
Well, and that whole thing, like, it's not like I'm going on this, like, campaign to, like, I've never said any of their names. I've never tried in any capacity to, like, levy action against any of the people who like fucking raped me. And like it would be one thing if I was like me tooing them, you know what I mean? But like that's so clearly not happening.
Yeah.
And so it's just like why does it matter that much, dude?
I mean, like, the documentation argument is silly. It's silly too because it's like you were 11 when it happened. Most things that happen to people 11 and under, and maybe even sometimes like, 13 and under, you don't realize that stuff until like much later on. That's how it works with so many victims. So many victims of rape and assault don't really realize that they have been a victim until later in life. Like, this is just, it's proven. You can look this up. So many victims don't realize until later in life that they were a fucking victim. Like, we're talking 50-year-olds, they don't realize it until they're that age. Like, it's insane to me that in this one situation, and I do understand, I do understand, Himpleton, there are clearly things that you have been dishonest about. I understand that. But
Right.
at the same time, thinking logically and knowing what I know about that and knowing that it comes out, for some people it comes out so much later that this happened to them, you cannot just discredit somebody and say that it didn't happen because there's no proof to back it up. And I understand his point that you're a liar, whatever. I get that. But at the very same time, in my opinion, it is not great. You're not a very good person if you're questioning it off of that basis alone. Because there's no proof that can be provided.
Well, and like, I have like two things to say about that. Like, first of all, like, let's be honest with the context. I have lied about retarded commentary stuff. To jump from that to lying about getting raped is the stupidest fucking thing to do. Like, it's so fucking retarded. And like, secondly, what I was gonna say off of you talking about how like there's like proof and stuff that like people don't even like realize what happened to them until later. Like, on the same side of the coin, another thing that's very well proven, and there's tons of studies about it and tons of like research and all that kind of stuff, is that oftentimes, especially men who suffer like sexual trauma, they blame themselves for a long time.
Yeah, men especially, they don't. Yeah, I mean, men especially have a hard time. And the fact that he doesn't know that is just. I mean, again, I'm not trying to undermine the fact that you have been dishonest about things. I understand why that could play a role. I really do.
I'll fully acknowledge that too. That's my thing. You know?
But I think that it takes it to another level when you're saying somebody has lied about a rape from 11. And the other interesting thing to me about this conversation was that he said that he was the only person that thought you were lying about your rape. And then a little while later, he says that everybody knows you're lying about it. So I'm confused because he tried to make it seem like he was the only person questioning you about this, when in reality, a lot of people apparently think you're lying about it. And why is that? Why is it that these people think that, Emrao?
Well, conveniently after Emrao brought it up. But go ahead.
Exactly. It's because Morale like asserted it. That's the exact reason why.
He's a weirdo. Yeah. I'm sorry. He's a weirdo.
No one talked about the rape being fake until Emrao did it, and then everyone who called him was like, "Yeah, you lied about your rape. You lied."
Emrao raped me in DMs. I don't have proof. I don't care. Guess what? My Twitter's gone. I can't prove it, but he raped me in DMs. Believe me. Well, I think it's crazy because they look at us when we say this kind of stuff. They look at us like, well, they're just anti-comedy. It's like, no, I can. Being through the situation, I can understand both sides. Like, I can understand why people are untrusting of Himpleton, or me, or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you have to operate with some level of empathy. But the problem is that you're not going to find that in commentary because that's not how these people are. There's no empathy there. These people are all about content. There's no empathy behind any of that.
And the other big thing too for me is like these people are gonna be like, I can guarantee Himpleton this whole time doesn't take any accountability for anything. This entire time, I have literally been like, every time you're like, yeah, you were dishonest about stuff, I'm like, yep, you're right. And like, I've been like, yeah, I told objective lies. Yeah, I did a lot of criticizable stuff. And you know what I haven't even done once this time because of the way that it's like so overplayed and like people view it as an excuse. So I don't even mention it anymore. Is I didn't even mention like even as like some kind of explanation thing, which again, not an excuse, but like the mental health fucking thing, which people like Kell in her video literally tried to act like I like put all of my defense on to never take accountability. Like, motherfucker, I haven't mentioned that once except for right now to just say that I haven't mentioned it. So like,
these people are very anti mental health and etc., which is ironic considering most of the people that exist in commentary are mentally fucking ill, handicapped, whatever. But when it comes to somebody they don't like, they don't consider that at all. I'm trying to think. I only have a little bit of time left, Burn, because I gotta go hang out with Max. But I was curious, actually, Himpleton. Why did I block you, Himpleton?
Oh yeah, I'm glad we got to that. So you blocked me because I made a tweet, when, like, it was a little bit before, like, I hope I'm not misquoting here because I'm almost positive it was a little bit before, like the vast majority of people were calling Tipster out. It could have been while it was happening, but I'm associating it with that because of the fact that I, like, not like in like a I did this before it was cool, but like I like had been making fun of Tipster for a little bit before he was like widely hated, just like for goofs more than anything. But I made a meme with like some retarded like AI art thing, where I made like okay, it was some joke about like Tipster being in the house, and so I made this like retarded AI like meme of Tipster house, like him being as big as a house, like a really retarded like fat joke, and he blocked me over that. I mean, okay, to be fair, it might not have been that one in particular, but that's when I noticed it. When I noticed it.
I was one of the, like, I certainly was not the last, but I was one of the few people who was so friendly or supporting Tipster through quite a bit of that drama. So, I mean, if it was around that time, then I can believe it. I can believe it. I don't remember. I hate this about a lot of shit that goes on the internet because it's like people want you to remember specific details about everything, and it's like, the internet, guys. I don't know, man. Like, I'm just here trying to exist. I don't.
Liar.
Yeah, if you don't remember the exact words that you said 2 years ago when you talked to Tipster, then you just lie about everything.
I mean, I can remember something, sure. I don't know, man. People are just weird about that shit.
Do you know what's not a lie? I got the Boblax follow. Okay, that's not a lie.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, it's gonna churn out. You know what? It's gonna like churn out that like Boblax got his account hacked and like he's gonna like instantly unfollow you when he hears about this, and then it is gonna be a lie.
No. I think this is a good place to end. We got Himpleton. Anything you want to say? What should we prepare for with the Kell interview? What should we prepare for?
Well, it's a 12-minute long video, so not too much.
Well, no, that's the video. She's
it's already out.
No.
Oh wait,
no, the video's out. The uncut interview is not out, which she like advertised.
Okay, but the video is the final product, though.
The video is the final product, but it doesn't utilize my interview in any way, which makes me think that she made the video before interviewing me, which is that's great. That's always good practice. And but anyways, yeah, I mean, it's I feel like it's like around 50 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
And it is Beckett's in the second half of it. I mean,
well, there can't be much of it in a 12-minute, 18-second long video, so.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, like, dude, not even a single clip of it is featured in her video, which is funny. But like, you know, Becket and I mean, I think very few people are going to be entertained by it, to be honest, because it's just a bunch of me being like, yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's true. And then, like, there are a couple points of me being like,
so basically, you just did this the entire time.
Hey, buddy. Shut up, Bren.
All right, buddy.
That's basically all you did.
Yeah, that's all I did, pretty much. I just sat there and molded.
That's. Thank you, Himpleton, for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Maybe you could be a permanent WallBangers now.
I mean, he would fit right in here with us, social rejects, right? Morale.
Yeah.
We're like lol cows or whatever.
Says the fat guy. The fat guy calling us social rejects is high. It's pretty ironic.
Okay, wait. Before we end the episode, I
projection.
have to say this. You know what? I have to say this. I have seen Morale's face. I'm not going to say anything about his appearance because I'm better than that. However, what I will say is that his fatness is stolen valor.
Oh my god. He's not fat.
He's not fat.
Wow. Thank
He
God
is
I don't
not
like fat
fat.
guys. I've never liked fat
That's
guys.
a
My type
hashtag-
is
He's
pretty
lying about-
obvious.
Hey, Himpleton, that's
He's
a
lying about the
hashtag
fat,
leak
dude.
moment. That's a hashtag leak moment, okay?
Dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, dude,
Leaking is not real.
he needs to stop with the stolen valor with the fat. Okay, it really pisses me off. Like, there's some chonky motherfuckers out there. Like, they're stealing the tipster riz, and it's just fucked up.
Morale, you have to post a picture of yourself if you want to prove that you're a fat fuck, okay?
Yeah, true. Otherwise, no one will
No?
believe you.
Prove it!
Wow. Anything else you want to say, maggots?
No, I think I said everything I needed to say.
Well, if that's the case, thank you guys for watching episode 4 of WallBangers AfterHours with Byrne and Maggot.
And I
Himpleton,
still hate
again,
you all. I still hate all of you.
Well, Merry Christmas. This will hopefully be out after Christmas, but even then, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Happy Jew Day, the day after Christmas, okay?
Merry Christmas.
And Sliggins, if you're watching this,
Mm-hmm.
never mind. I was about to say something that I shouldn't.
You
Sliggins, if you're
Sliggins, I don't even know
this-
who you are. Fuck you, bitch.
Sliggins, if you're watching this, please drink more. It will make everything better. Please.
I do agree. Definitely doesn't ruin everything around him. He definitely doesn't cry when Tony makes fun of his mom. Thank you guys for watching WallBangers 4. Have a good night.